Hello world. So I'm making another video today, obviously, and this video is going to be about my pet peeves, as you can read from the title of the video. So obviously I don't have this big bright light above my head like last time, so hopefully the lighting is a little bit better than it was the first video. So let's get started. So my first pet peeve is being discriminated by looks or age. So, like I said in the first video, I don't look my age. I'm very short. So, a lot of people like to say, oh, you're too short to do that, or you're too old to do that, or too young, stuff like that. So, they'll be like, oh, you're 19. You shouldn't have stuffed animals, or whatever. That gets my nerves. Number 2, being accused of something, and then they don't apologize for it after I just proved them wrong. That right there gets on my nerves. Because, first of all, you come after me and accuse me of something, and then, once I prove you wrong, you want to go, oh, okay, what, you're not going to apologize for it? Like, you just sat here and accused me of it, you're not going to say sorry or, Next, compare me to someone younger, but then I can't do the same thing. Like my cousin, she is like a star student. She's younger than me, like I think 1 or 2 years younger than me. She's a star student and everything. And then my parents go, oh, why can't you be more like her? And I'm like, okay, but then I do this and she doesn't do this. Oh, you can't do that. She's younger than you. You're older than her. I'm like, what do you mean? If you can do it to me, then why can't I do it back? Like, you know what I mean? Next, pettiness. I cannot stand pettiness. Sometimes parents can be extra petty for no reason. Just, yeah. It's over the most randomest things. It won't even have to be anything big. Oh, why'd you put that thing there? I don't know. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, they make the biggest and then they go like, oh, give you the whole lecture about back in my day. If I did this, then I would have been whipped for it. Fool, it's not back in your day anymore. Next, overreacting. My brother does this a lot. He overreacts about the smallest things. You tell him one thing, oh, but I didn't do it, and he makes the biggest deal. Or you tell him one thing, he has to be extra about it, because, yeah. Next, OCD people. My stepdad, he's kind of OCD. He'll see one thing there and automatically he'll just flip like over nothing. It'll be like a crumb on a table. Oh my gosh, I'm the only one that cleans the house over here. Nobody cares about anything. Or I'll be sitting there relaxing on a chair and he'll make me get up to go fix the chair only for me to go sit back down in the chair after he just fixed it. It makes no sense. Why not fix it once you get up? Next, whining. This goes along with what I said in the last video where I don't like babies and little kids. This is one of the reasons why. I cannot stand whining, especially when you whine with a high-pitched voice like what little kids, my brother likes to do. Just whine over nothing. And they keep begging you for this thing. Like I was babysitting a girl and she asked me for some crackers and I don't like sharing my food. When it comes to my food and my things, I don't share. That's why you should bring your own stuff. But anyways, she's like, oh, can I have some crackers? No. But guys, come on. She has this high-pitched voice. It drives me nuts. Next, babies. We already went over this in the last video. I actually plan to make a whole video of why I don't like babies. They get on my nerves. I cannot stand babies. I can't. Next, having long hair. So, as many of you guys have noticed, I have short hair. Yeah. I used to have long hair and I hated it. And like I said before, I'm very lazy. So when you have to sit there and brush hair that's curly like mine, it's very, very tedious. Very tedious. So at one point, I just stopped brushing my hair. I just went outside. I would wear a hood. Nobody would see my hair. I was known as the hood girl, the girl that wears hoods. Yeah. Um, sorry, I'm trying not to say Annoying people. I come across a lot of annoying people throughout my days, okay? Like, I know you're only 19, you haven't even started working yet. I don't care. There's annoying people everywhere. I go to school, guess what? There's annoying people. You can't escape the annoying people. You can't. Anywhere you go, there's annoying people. Like this girl, since I got surgery on my foot recently, I have to go to school using a knee scooter. So some people like to jump in front of me while I'm going through something. Like this one girl, for instance. I was trying to go through a door, and this girl thought it was a great idea to try to literally jump over the wheel of my knee scooter. And guess what? She wound up tripping and she hit her face on a pole. And guess what? I didn't feel sorry for her because she was annoying. And then she wanted to turn around and give me this look like it was my fault. And she goes, "Oh, sorry." And I'm just like this reaction on my face. Like, I can't do it now, but yeah. Actually, I could do it now, but you guys might not be able to see because it's starting to get dark out again. And I don't want to turn on this light because that was just awful last video. What else? Oh, yeah. Annoying teachers. So there's annoying people, there's petty people, and then there's annoying teachers. I've had, especially in middle school, the teachers in my old middle school, they were extremely petty and extremely annoying. I had a teacher where I used to have one of these little flip phones and it was cheap, so whenever I dropped it, the back of the phone and the battery would both fall out. So one day I'm just working on some random paper, and then guess what? I dropped my pencil. So I bend down to pick up my pencil and my phone slides out of my pocket. So, of course, the back of the phone and the battery came out. So I go to put the battery and the back of the phone back onto the phone, and she goes, confiscates my phone. And I'm like, why? I didn't even do anything. It's like, "Oh, you're fiddling with your phone. I'm going to have to confiscate it and call your mom. And your mom's going to have to come pick it up." I'm like, why? Why? Why would you do that? First of all, in the school, the rules are, if you get your phone confiscated once, you're supposed to be able to go to the teacher at the end of class to go collect your phone back. That was my first time getting my phone confiscated. And she wants to go and jump to the second option, where they have to go call your parents. For no reason. She wouldn't even let me explain my story. Next. People who are always hot when I'm cold. I am always cold. I might as well live in a desert. I get cold over like just a breeze. It'll be 80 degrees outside. If I feel a breeze outside, automatically I'm like freezing. Like, I'll actually get goosebumps up my arms, and it's like 8 degrees. So in my house, everybody in here is always hot for no reason. I'm sitting here freezing. It's the middle of summer, and I'm sitting there with a fleece blanket on. And then people are like, "Oh man, it's too hot in here. Let me turn on the fan. Let me turn on the AC." I'm like, why do you need to turn on the fan? The AC is already on. Like, that makes no sense. Or just turn on the fan and turn off the AC. No, you can't be selfish. If I'm hot, then it's easier for you to put on layers when you're cold than it is to take off layers. I'm like, if you're wearing something hot, then why don't you go take it off? Like my brother, for instance, he wants to go downstairs, bring a Chewbacca onesie, and then say, "Oh, it's too hot down here." I'm like, so go change your pajamas. No, but I have to go and get something to go put on instead. Oh yeah, unfairness. I can't stand unfairness, especially when it comes to siblings, where the younger sibling will get something that the older sibling can't get. This is why I would rather have twins, to make things so much easier. If one kid gets something, then the other gets something. So that way there's no fighting. It's as simple as that. Well, it's not that simple, but you kind of get the point. Using my age to judge or define me. So this is basically what I talked about before, where people say that I can't do something because I'm too old, or, something like that. You can't do this because you're too old. You can't do that because you're too young. So what do you want me to do then? Just stand here? Like, if I try to do something I'm too old for, if I try to do something else I'm too young for. Make up your mind, people. I don't really care about my age. So if I want to go with a bunch of 5-year-olds go jump in a moonwalk, which I've done multiple times, then guess what? I'm going to go and jump in a moonwalk with a bunch of 5-year-olds because I want to. And using looks to age and define me. So it's kind of the same thing. Like I said, I look younger than usual. So people want to go and use my looks to define me. Oh, sweetie, where's your parents? I'm 19. So my parents can go do whatever. I can go do whatever. I'm legally an adult, so yeah. Being broke. That one is kind of straightforward. Nobody likes being broke. I'm currently broke. I mean, I said in my last video I've kind of been doing my own business, but my parents have been kind of petty recently, and they're saying that since I have a low grade in some of my classes, then I can't sell my products from my own business. Why not? What does my business have to do with school? It has nothing to do with school. Like, oh, well, if you can't maintain your grades, then you can't maintain a business, which was my mom's excuse for the longest on why I couldn't get a job. But now I'm 19 with no job experience and no money, and they want to get upset when I ask them for something. So now my dad finally convinced my mom to let me get a job, but guess what? I got foot surgery, so now if I wanted to get a job, I can't. That's my life. Rude people. I cannot stand rude people. They get on my nerves. I just, like, I'm usually the most patient person in the world, but if you tick me off, then we're gonna have, usually I'm like the shy, quiet girl in school. I don't say anything. I hold a lot of things in, okay? But if you say something and maybe like my parents aren't around, I might just snap back at you. So you better watch what you say to me if you see me in real life. Oh, people who ask personal questions. That gets on my nerves. So say you get sick and then you come back and people are like, oh, what happened? I got sick. Oh, okay, you see, that's fine. But then people want to go, oh, what did you get? What did the doctor say? What's going on? I just got sick. Like, if I say I just got sick, that means I don't want to go into any further detail because it's not any of your business. So just take the fact that I'm saying I just got sick. When I see you're gone for a while, I don't say, oh, what happened? Oh, I went to a funeral. Oh, who was it? What happened? How did she die? Just, no. That's just being straight up nosy. I can't stand nosy people. People who ask too many questions. It's pretty much the same thing, where they just ask you over and over a bunch of questions. Or, like, for instance, when somebody's crying, a lot of people like to go up and be like, oh my gosh, what happened? Why are you crying? Are you okay? I'm not that person. If I see you crying, I'll just leave you alone. When you want to talk about it, then you talk about it. Because I hate when people do that to me. If I'm upset about something and I don't say anything, then just leave it as it is. So don't come up to me and be like, oh, what happened? Are you okay? Did something happen to you? It's none of your business. Until I actually say something. Next, people who tell all my business. So this is kind of the opposite. I don't when people tell people all my business. Because if I want to tell them my business, then guess what? I'll tell them my business. If I don't tell them my business, then guess what? It's none of their business. My grandma likes to do this a lot. For example, she goes and talks to her church friends, that's fine or whatever. But then sometimes she'll call me on my phone. I have a special, sickness. I'm not ready to talk about it yet, but sometimes she'll call me and be like, hey, what's that sickness called again? Why? Oh, because I'm talking with my friends. But why do they need to know? Just tell me. I'm like, no, who are you telling my business to? That's none of their business. That thing gets on my nerves. If I wanted to tell them, then I would tell them. It's as simple as that. People who give TMI. This is the exact opposite of what I said. So, when people tell me all their business, I'm like, oh, that's nice. Just go on with my life. want to hear all your business unless, if I ask. If I ask and you choose to tell me, then that's okay. But if I don't ask you and you're just sitting there like, oh, you know, today I went out shopping and I got these shoes and my doctor said that I need to get these special shoes and these special inserts for my shoes, and just gives me all this extra information I didn't ask for, then that's annoying. Like, if I just ask you a simple question, oh, how was your day? Oh, man, it was awful because I fell and then I had to go to the doctor, and then I had to go get the surgery, and the surgery is about this and about that, and I had to get this done. You could have just said, oh, I fell, or I had to get surgery, or it was bad. You don't have to go into the full context of everything if I just ask a simple question. Overcomplicating things. Have you ever read instructions and they just want to make things extra difficult? They can't just say the simplest things. That gets on my nerves. Like, imagine you're trying to figure out how to do something and they want to say, oh, well, to do this, you need a special tool, and you need to do this, this, and this. But then they use all these big fancy words when all they mean is take a screwdriver and take out this nail and do this, and then you're done. No, they want to say, oh, go take your handheld flat edge device and put it inside of this metal thing. These metal things, and then turn your hands exactly counterclockwise, or else it won't work. I don't know. I'm not good at using examples, but you get the picture. Hypocrites. I deal with a lot of hypocrites in my life. This gets annoying. It's basically when people don't want you to do something, they turn around, they do it themselves. So if someone's like, oh, don't do this. For example, they're like, oh, don't go down that lane because I told you not to go down that street. Okay, next day, you see him coming up from that street. Why are you coming up from that street? Oh, and they come with the stupidest excuses. Like, really, like, you just said not to do that, so why is it okay for you to do it but not me? That kind of thing gets on my nerves. That's the exact same thing as the unfairness I spoke about earlier. The next one is pity. Now, it's okay, like, oh, I'm sorry, but then they want to go start a whole pity party for me. Oh, I'll go tell all my friends, we'll try and do this, we'll try to help you in any way we can. That's fine. But then once you start taking it too far, like, oh, that just gets on my nerves. Well, I don't really know how to explain it, but sometimes people they overdo it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I don't mind if people say, oh, I'm sorry, or hope you're okay, hope you get better. Some people just overdo it. Being forced to do something I don't want to do, that gets on my nerves, because if I don't want to do it, then I don't want to do it. If I do want to do it, then I do it. Like if someone says, oh, I want you to paint your nails. I don't want to paint my nails. You better paint your nails or else you're not going to do this, you're not going to... But why? It's my nails. If I want to paint my nails, then I'll paint my nails. I don't want to paint my nails. And it's not even doing big things. It's just the smallest things that people want me to do. Like, my mom and grandma want me to kind of be girly. I'm not a girly girl. They want me to paint my nails, do makeup, straighten my hair, all these girly things. I don't want to do those girly things. I'm not a girly girl. Next one, stereotyping. Now, stereotyping, that's just wrong. People shouldn't just go around assuming things for people, especially if you haven't met them. That's just wrong. Now, some stereotypes are true, but you can't really just go up to someone and assume everything. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you get the picture. This one isn't as serious as the other ones, but it's still pretty annoying. If you wear glasses, then you'll understand. I cannot stand having smudgy, dirty glasses. Because imagine you're just looking at something, you see all these lines and scratches and fingerprints on your glasses. Like, that's annoying. People who don't wear glasses probably won't understand this, but let's say you're looking through a pair of binoculars and there's a bunch of fingerprints all over it. It's annoying. You would have to just have glasses just to see what I mean. But yeah. Looks like that's it for this video for now. So thanks for listening to my pet peeves. I hope well, not hope, but hopefully this is kind of relatable. At least that's what I try to be. Somewhat relatable. And bye.